Okay, so thank you for buying this course. You're in. This is awesome. Thank you for being here. I absolutely appreciate you. That means you understand your why and you're ready to do this. And even if you don't understand your why, we're still going to kind of go through some of those pieces. You know, this first few segments are going to be about continuing to ask that question because it's about strengthening your resolve, right? It's not about just saying, okay, I think I know what my why is, but continuing to poke at it and ask questions and making sure that you are sure that this is the thing that's going to keep driving you, because you're going to have a lot of opposition. You're going to have a lot of people giving you all these should statements. You're going to have a lot of people telling you what you should be doing or what it is that is going to be important for building a brand. You know, there's going to be advice that I give that is going to be contradictory to someone else's advice, right? So it ultimately falls on you to understand why you're doing this and understand who you are. And that's what this segment is for. This segment is called Who You Are, or Who Are You, rather. Not just the Jackie Chan movie, that's fantastic. I think it's called Who Am I, actually. It's the Jackie Chan movie, but whatever. Who are you? And I don't mean like, who are you as like a, you know, I am a father and I'm a corporate executive. Like, no. I need you to think about who are you? Who are you as a person? Think about your nationality, think about your heritage, think about your history, think about your clothes, think about the way that you present yourself, think about the way that you go about the world, think about the way that you speak. You know, are there certain sayings that you like? Do you tell certain kinds of jokes? Who are you as an individual? And start to break that down. I think that is the next important piece. You know, you have this internal resolve now, you have this why you want to do this, but really what we're going to try to get to is trying to strengthen why you're doing this and connect it to who you are. And understanding who you are is a pivotal piece to being able to move forward, right? So asking yourself who you are and listing all of those little details. For me, I am Christian Rivera. I am a Dragon Ball Z fan, absolute nerd. I love Mega Man, I love Nintendo, I love video games, I love Ninja Turtles. I like being a little bit messy. My bedroom around here is a little bit messy. I'm with a painter who does this amazing work, and she's an incredible woman, and I like to surround myself with people that care and support me. I like to talk about mental health. I like to make jokes. I have a bit of a dry sense of humor sometimes. I have a bit of a loud, bombastic sense of humor sometimes, but I'm a natural introvert. I can be very quiet. When I get defensive, I get very quiet and I get reserved and I think about practicality. But most of the time, I'm a bit of a logical thinker. I'm a bit of a philosophical type. I definitely am a thinking type, and I am an INTP in the Myers-Briggs system. I think I'm around a grade 5 on the Graves level, not really sure. I used to think I was a 7, but that's ridiculous. Starting to learn personality models. I love typology. I love learning about people. I love asking questions. I don't have any kind of religion that I fall under. I don't subscribe to any of that. I don't even call myself an atheist, honestly. I don't care for those labels. I feel like it cheapens the perspective because I do have a sort of holistic nature to myself. I do actually care about intuition. I care about the concepts around energy. Not energy from like a Reiki or any kind of perspective, but like energy as a culmination of cognitive things that we are understanding quickly. You know, like the brain understands and picks up on information very quickly, like poker tells, for example. You know, someone's at the poker table and they move their hand or something, you're picking up on that subconscious information. And if we're gathering a lot of subconscious information, I translate that thought into the idea of energy. So for me, I'm kind of like holistic in that sense, but it's really about kind of creating shortcuts of life code, really. So, and I think about the universe as this beautiful, grand thing that is, you know, kind of crashing into each other all the time. It's just this unstoppable force that is kind of meant to be respected and loved, and that's basically my perspective on all of that. So I love sci-fi, I love movies, I love podcasts, I love creating, I'm an artist, I'm a graphic designer, I love video, I love audio, I love podcasting, I love communicating with friends on Facebook, people that are actually, that fit into the boundaries that I've set over the course of the last few years with all of the stuff that's going on in the world. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of who I am. I also suffer from cyclothymia, which is a low-grade bipolar disorder. And all of that translates into multiple brands that I work on. I have C-Note. C-Note is a name that I got from a friend of mine when I was 19 years old. And I make music also. So I have an album that I recently put out under the name C-Note called A Monster. And my best friend, when I was 19, he gave me that name because, C, Christian, and C-Note. And I also am always like hustling and trying to make money. So it just kind of like fit this all around, all around this name and this vibe. And it's really since I've been embracing who I am. Honestly, within the last year or two, it's a challenge to create a personal brand or create a brand around who you are. And it's really only been recently that I've been setting more boundaries. I've been understanding more about who I am. I've been clearly defining that and being vulnerable and being open about all of that I can actually embrace this C-Note moniker and be who I want to be and be unabashedly myself. It's not about being careful about not offending anyone. It's just about being accurate, being deliberate, being yourself unapologetically, right? So for that, I encourage you to make a list of who it is that you are, and what skills do you have, right? Outside of the brand, this is separate from the brand discussion. Right now, this is a separate idea. This is who you are, and then we're gonna marry that to why you do the thing that you do in the next upcoming segments, right? So who are you? Tell me who you are, and tell yourself who you are. What it is that you are. Do you know your Myers-Briggs type? Do you follow a religion? Do you use that in your terminology? How do you speak to people? Do you respect people? Are you humble or are you a little bit narcissist? Are you, do you love coffee? What are you obsessed with? Are you married? Do you have kids? What is your identity? Not your identity attached to other people. That's certainly a part of the picture, but simply just saying that I'm a mother of two and I make flowers. Like, that's not enough. I need more. Who are you outside of that context? Who are you if you were in a room by yourself? How would you describe yourself? If you didn't have your kids, if you didn't have those things to attach to, who are you? What do you love? What brings you passion? What wakes you up in the morning? Are you suffering from any kind of mental illness? Are you suffering? Have you had challenges? Have you had vulnerabilities that define who you are? Those are things that you could bring up and really bring into your life. What are some of your favorite quotes? What are things that resonate with you? Are you more of an intuitive type, or do you prefer practicality? Are you the type of person that is more of a feeling type? Are you very emotional? Do you care about other people's emotions, or are you very in tune with yours? Are you a thinking type? Do you like effectiveness? Do you like to make sure that things are systematized and efficient? Are you overly clean? Are you overly messy? All of these things are a part of your character, and even if there are things that you might attach shame to, I'm asking you to remove any kind of emotional attachment to the things that define who you are. And some things can change, and try not to stress negatively on the things that you can't change. Like, I'm short. I'm 5'4". I can't change that. That's fine. But sometimes that's a part of my character, right? But a part of my character too is that I don't talk about that a lot. Like, that's not something I bring up. So I'm not going to bring it up in my brand. I'm not going to use that. But there's also a YouTube channel called The Modest Man, where he's all like, his whole shtick is about talking about the fact that he's a short, petite man, and he has to his goal is to help other men try to find clothes that fit them. So that's a part of his mission. But if there's something I'm not comfortable with, then that doesn't have to be a part of your brand. But in this case, list it. I still want it to be something that is listed, that is a part of your identity, that is a part of who you are as a person, and let's Let's squeeze the juice of that so that we can take that forward into the next upcoming segments.